right now on YouTube, and I'm live also on Facebook. So we have a live presence on YouTube, we have live presence on Instagram, and live presence on Facebook. So I got Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So if you have not subscribed to my YouTube page, you certainly just want to go to YouTube and type in Exceptional Credit Repair LLC. Thank you so much, Sheila, for helping me out tonight again, and certainly to all of you. So I want to dive right into it. Again, this is Sunday. Happy Easter Sunday. And like I said before, if you have not subscribed, you want to go to YouTube right now and push the subscribe button and hit that notification bell. And if you've already subscribed, make sure you hit that notification bell. But I want to talk about the first thing I want to talk about. You really need to do yourself a great service. And that is, you want to make sure that you get a copy of my new book, Teach Me How to Fix My Credit. Teach Me How to Fix My Credit. All you have to do is go on Amazon.com and you'll be able to get the book. You just simply type the title of the book in, Teach Me How to Fix My Credit, or just type in my name, Costello James. I've been in the business for 25 years. I'm a credit expert, credit analyst, the credit advisor, some people call me. But you want to go to YouTube and you want to just type in Teach Me How to Fix My Credit or Costello James again, and it'll come right up. Also, you do not want to take it for granted that everybody has the correct information. There's a lot of general information out there, but what my book does, it goes straight to it. I hate watching videos on YouTube or seeing on other social media platforms and they beat around the subject. I feel like if you're going to talk about credit, start talking about it and tell me the simplistic way. Tell it to me just like I've never heard about it. All right. So I don't want you to add or embellish and make it more complicated. And that's one of the subtitles of my book. No more complicated credit. All right. So you want to make sure that you always make sure that volume is up. Yes. So you want to always make sure that you get the correct information. So you can go on to Amazon.com. Amazon.com. Y'all know what Amazon.com is. Go there and you'll be able to get the book. Because a lot of times what happens is a lot of people ask me the same same redundant question. And a lot of that I answer about collections. I answer about tax liens. I answer those questions about bankruptcy. I answer those questions about child support, about outdated addresses and too many phone numbers. I deal with people that have close to 15 to 20 to 30, even 40 different phone numbers. All right. Don't take it for granted that they're going to put your correct information down for you. You need to make sure that you stay abreast on top of your credit. All right. So that's the first thing I want to talk about. The second thing is the online disputing process that I'm doing only for $40 right now for the whole month of April, not for May, not for June, not for July, August, September, October. For the whole month of April, it's only $40 if I do it with my online process. There's a lot of other codes besides the 609 that I'm going to help you put in. I'm going to give you my strategies. I'm going to actually do it for you. You just have to have, as one of my helpers tonight, Sheila Dobbins, has already typed in, you must have Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax username and password. All right, let me say that again. Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. You must have the username and password, and you have to try it on your computer or on your device and make sure you can log in. I don't really do a lot of stuff at all on phones and stuff of that nature when I'm processing important information, but you must be able to do it on the computer, your laptop, desktop. All right. You want to make sure that you're able to do that. The other thing is, also, it shouldn't cost you anything. What is the cost to sign up for Equifax? If you've already done that, especially in 2018 or the latter part of 2019 about the Equifax breach, if you have already signed up, then it's no need of making another account. You just got to either push forgot password if you can't log in, and remember what email address that you've used when you first created the account. All right. So a lot of time if I'm looking over here, it's because I got 3 different devices going on. Okay. So the other thing is make sure you get those particular accounts that you maybe already have. If you already have an Experian account, then hey, simplistically, you don't have to set one up. But if you cannot remember the password and you try to set up a new one, it's going to prompt you and say, hey, existing account already. That's going to delay the process. All right. Rodney Daniels, thank you for joining me. Thanks, Sheila. Yes. Y'all say hello to Sheila. Sheila's like my good old moderator and secretary. I love Sheila. She is awesome. All right. So a lot of things are really good when it comes down to online disputing. There's a lot of companies, quite frankly, this is one of the major things that I've been seeing. A lot of companies are closed down and they're not challenging or refuting or rebutting, if you want, refuting or whatever the case may be. They're not trying to challenge your dispute. So that will work in your favor. All right. And also, especially if you know that the stuff is not yours anyway, so you already know it's going to come off. And credit restoration takes as long as you need it to take. Stop thinking that the process is overnight. A lot of people, even though they know better, they still keep trying to challenge me about the information. And anybody that knows me, I do not like to keep going over the same habitual thing. I know. What I don't know, I'll find out the information for. But if you've ever need credit, God knows you need it right now. All right. This morning when I rose, I didn't have no doubt. All right. That's why I played that song earlier. I had to play it on Facebook and play it on YouTube. But at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you have no doubt in your mind that you can continue to sustain in this trying time, that you're going to make it through. Stop thinking that you're not going to make it through, or, hey, you can just depend on that $1,200 stimulus check. Even if you get the check and you got to pay May rent, you're going to be in the same redundant hole in June or July. So you need to make sure, use the rest of April to try to fix what's out of order or what's messed up, jacked up, whatever it is. Let's fix it so we can actually see some improvement to your credit report in the month of April. In the month of May, you're going to see a big increase or a big jump. I had some people from Florida today text me and their score went up again 23 points. I'm telling you, the online disputing is working. It's only $40. Sheila, if you would type that in for me again, it's only $40. Online disputing, only $40. That is huge for somebody of my caliber to give that at such a discounted, affordable price. All right. It really is. And the reason why I have to charge the $40 is because I have to buy ink all the time. I just had to sneak out with my mask on and all that good stuff to go to Office Depot this past Friday. The ink for the printer and all that stuff. I need another printer because I'm doing such a lot of stuff on a regular basis, not just because of the pandemic. I need another big printer. So that's going to cost me some more money. And that's just the life of a businessman. All right. The process takes as long as you need it to take. That's in my book. The process takes as long as you need it to take. So number one about credit repair, stop thinking that it's an overnight fix for all of y'all. I'm telling you right now, if anybody tells you that it's a cookie cutter method, meaning my method works for everybody as far as a customer, what happens for me might not quickly happen for you and vice versa. All right. So it will happen. Stop thinking that it won't happen. It will happen. But credit restoration, that's in my book, I talk about that. It takes as long as you need it to take. The other thing is simply this. Once you're going through the online disputing process, sometimes they do permit you to do a lot of the online disputing. But if you have disputed, if you've disputed things previously or prior in the past, sometimes the system online will reject it. Now, that's not your fault. If that does happen, I'm going to still send it in. Now, my regular particular mail in and all the stuff when I have to type it up, 2 forms of ID, send it in, certify, send it through the mail, that's a different price. That price, the lowest price is like $175 for 30 days, and it starts at $300, depending on if you have bankruptcies or tax lien. That price automatically now starts at $600 because that is very aggressive. There's a whole lot more paperwork, a lot of stuff that I have to deal with, and I literally have to undo what the lawyers have done to you and didn't really fully explain to you the ramifications of how it's going to hurt you with your credit report. All right. So know this, that this is a great time to start as far as your credit journey, or to continue. Or maybe you started a year ago, 2 years, 4 years ago, and you want to pick it back up. All right. If you can't hear truth in my voice, then I don't know what else to tell you, because you just can't please everybody. And sometimes it is what it is. But I will say this, that this is a great type of tool at your disposal right now, going through what we're going through as a country and as a nation. You know what? To have $40, it's a steal. All right. Hey, my friend, have a good night. All right, Mr. David. Thank you. Hopefully, you can join me again. So at the end of the day, it is really, really awesome. A lot of people do not like to talk about credit. I do want to say that they don't like to talk about credit, or they want their credit fixed for that moment. And then that particular excitement or exhilaration or exuberation, it fades away. But you're going to need, I'm telling you all, October, November, December, by this time on Christmas, it is just going to be hell to pay. At some point, these malls are going to open back up. At some point, when the Lord just does what he got to do, things are going to be not so, I don't think it's going to get back to normal. It's just going to be trying to rebuild, repair. It's just like after those storms and different things of that nature. Some of the stuff will go back to somewhat the normalcy, but then to me, it's just going to be even a bigger mess. But at the end of the day, I do have the online disputing. Now, my last thing that I want to talk about also is the SBA loan. That loan that everybody is talking about. It's the SBA, the Small Business Administration, the site that you can go online, SBA.gov. And so they're talking about the free grant, $10,000. This is what I want to say with that. I'm not going to go into a whole lot of spiel about that. I have filled it out. I have not received one dime. I'm telling you that I filled that out over a week and a half ago. I still have not received one dime. I did call in. So I'm telling you right now, and the reason why I'm going to get a little fired up. Some of y'all going to like it, some of y'all not. But the reason why I want to tell a lot of you, black, white, polka dot, Chinese, Puerto Rican, I don't care what your nationality is. Bad advice can mess you up for years to come. Let me say that again. Bad advice when it comes to finances and credit can mess you up for years. Stop listening at these people that have not fortified themselves, that have not been vetted. You'll hear that word when it comes down to the White House and government officials. If it has not been vetted, that means, as old folks would say, tried and true. If it is not tried and true and have not came from a source that is credible, then I suggest to you, do not listen. Even in the book of Psalms, it said, blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly. Now, it didn't say that counseling was bad. It just said ungodly, meaning crazy thinking, out there thinking that don't even make no sense, telling you stuff that don't even work for them. So for me, you want to be very careful about the SBA loan. I applied. That's number one. Here is my particular proof that I applied. All right. I blocked out my code number because y'all ain't getting it. If they do send me some money, y'all sure ain't getting it, baby. I blocked it out. I applied. So I just want you to know, I know what I'm talking about. All right. That's the 800 number. Let me give you the 800 number. If you have applied and you can't find the number, you should be able to. But if not, I'm going to give you the number. The number is 1-800-659-2955. 1-800-659-2955. See, this is how you do stuff when you're coming on platforms. Get straight to the stuff. Tell the people what they need to know. This number is the customer service to the SBA Disaster Loan Assistant. SBA Disaster Loan Assistant. Talk to those people. They will tell you what's going on, whether or not they've got to your application or your application is just there. All right. That number again is 1-800-659-2955. Now, it is for a sole proprietorship, LLC, S Corps, whatever your business is. If you're a 1099 or if you just do gigs, you're a makeup artist, whatever, hairstylist, barber, whatever. If you bake cookies for a living, if you have a side gig and that's your EIN number or your TIN number, whatever it is, you can apply for this particular loan. All right. Now, what was going around that irritated me, there was a whole lot of y'all black folks talking about, oh, get this $10,000 and they're going to put it in 3 days. Now, that was some of the verbiage on the website and in the bill. When the president says that money was released, yes, the money was released, but we ain't got it. All right. So at the end of the day, and let me talk to y'all African Americans and black folks, stop telling people stuff that you don't know to be true. That's how it is in the credit industry. They keep on talking about stuff that they have no earthly clue about. I'm telling you right now, I called the good fella on the phone, and they're subcontracting a lot of stuff out to people because, you know, the facilities are closed. So people are at home doing the call centers and customer service. So when I called this joker, his Yorkie was barking in the background. And I was like, well, is this the right number? Because listen, this don't seem kind of professional. And so he was like, yeah, that's my Yorkie. Well, son, you need to put your Yorkie in the background. I don't care about no Yorkie, Dorky, Scooby-Doo, Captain Kangaroo. Put that good dog in your room so you can answer my question. That's just not good. And so he put the dog somewhere, closed the shade, he said, and the dog stopped barking. So I asked to speak with a manager and all this stuff. So they kind of transferred me. And then, so when I spoke to the person, you know, that I needed to talk to, they was telling me that the application, they could see my application there. Don't put in another one. It's just there. A loan officer has not got to your particular application. I said, I understand that, but is it in the pending status or what's going on with it? Are they going to get it to it 2 weeks, 3 weeks? They can't tell you any time frame. They can't tell you whether or not it's going to be approved or not. All right. But what they did tell me, this is a regular personal, well, not personal loan, but your personal information will be checked. They're going to check your social security number. So one of the indications that they are looking at your particular SBA disaster loan is when your credit has been pulled. So if you see a new inquiry, that is an indication that they're looking at your particular credit report. Now, just like some people on YouTube, they always, and I beg to differ, some people like freezes, I don't. So I don't think if a hacker has already broken into the system like they did with the 27 breach, a lot of people that had their stuff frozen, their information was still compromised. So I think the freeze is a bunch of crock, if you ask me. I don't go through all of that because I do not, thank you, Sheila. Yes, only speak facts. I do not like to go through a whole bunch of changes with unlocking stuff, unfreezing stuff. To me, it makes no difference. That's my opinion in 25 years. And so it works for some people. If it works for you, keep doing it. Freeze it all you want. Freeze it. Do a blow pop freeze for all I care. All right. What's going on, Marshawn Campbell? Marshawn Campbell in the house. And so, Jeremy, thank you for joining me. Lisa Williams, come on in and represent Carolina. So at the end of the day, I don't particularly like freezes. So, but what he told me was your application is there. I can see your information. No loan officer has picked it up yet. And then he said this to me, which I'm thinking that was contradicting what was online. He said there was no such thing as the 3-day, putting the $10,000 into your account in 3 days. I said, well, that's the verbiage that the bill says. And that's what it says, when you research this particular SBA disaster loan assistance, it says within 3 days. I said, so you're saying that it's no truth to that? The man told me no. All right. So I don't know. I'm going to say no right now because that's what they're saying from the SB and the A. But like I said before, I have not received any $10,000 download into my account. And the funny thing was I got up the next morning because I said, well, Friday, I should know something. So I got kind of happy because late Thursday night, early Friday morning, I checked my account and I had a deposit that came through, which was my normal money. But I'm thinking, well, maybe they sent the money. So I got happy, got up the next day, called my bank just to verify, and she was like, no, this is from this company, your regular money, da, da, da. I was like, what? I said, I know you lying. I said, I just got to be from the SBA. She was like, no. It's not from the SBA. So the SBA, some people have said on YouTube, that's the only people I've seen. Some people have said on YouTube that the money, is coming. Some people said they have got, I haven't seen any proof. Nobody has showed me one check or any download. So I haven't seen. I'm just telling you, Casacella Rodriguez, I haven't seen anybody with that money. All right. Now, if you know somebody and they can email me or IM me, most certainly they can let me know and I'll let my people know. All right. But at the end of the day, the SBA loan, I don't believe it until I see it. Now, they said the stimulus checks is going to be coming out this week, 14th, the 12th or whatever, not the 12th, but the 14th or the 15th or the 20th or whatever. I haven't seen no stimulus or no check. Stimulus or no check. Check or stimulus. I ain't seen no stimulus or no check. Now, do I believe the stimulus check is coming? It's a 50-50 on it. I believe it is coming, but I haven't seen it yet. My particular, like I said before, what I tell you good black folks is if it has not been vetted and tried and true, you want to make sure that you have the correct information. All right. So at the, thank you, Jeremy. So at the end of the day, make sure that you get correct information. Stop with all this. And I've been waiting to say it all weekend to say this. A lot of times, this is how it works in anything, most things that you do in life, but especially when it comes down to your good finances and your money. Stop thinking that, okay, well, ain't nothing I can do to my credit report. Yes, you can. It's your report. You can clean up what you messed up. And it's just not, my book is not just for people that have bad credit. This is for people that are trying to take their credit to the next level. So if you're trying to take your credit to the next level, if you're trying to get that house, if you're trying to get that car for good interest rates, I'm not just talking about getting a house or getting a car. I'm talking about getting an outstanding interest rate. Anything below 5% to me is good. All right. If you get a 5.4, 5.2, if you get a 2.0, if you get a 1.0, got to be more careful. You done something. All right. So at the end of the day, I'm in the business of trying. Now, I don't know everything, but you doggone sure I know a whole lot of stuff. All right. One thing I know, and two things for sure. I know some stuff when it comes down to credit finances, because I do not play when it comes with my business or with my money. All right. Because I'm telling you right now, whatever today's date is, I can't remember. But at the end of the day is May is coming. And in particularly May 20th, because that's my birthday, May 20th, 2020. 2020. All right. So at the end of the day, don't forget about that. You need to make sure that you already have a game plan on how you're going to pay your rent. Right now, they say there's 6.6 million people that's unemployed. They filing for unemployment. You can't call it in on the phones. It's hell to pay trying to get a representative. And then the representatives is frustrated with you. So at the end of the day, the SBA, I came all the way to tell you, all the way by Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, UB and a 2B, to tell you that the SBA disaster loan assistance, I haven't seen anybody get that $10,000. But the number one thing that you need to know, excuse me, when he began to better explain it to me, it will be based on your credit. They're going to see how much money, whether you qualify for $15,000. I said, well, what is the loan up to with this particular type of loan, the SBA loan, this disaster loan assistance? He said $25,000. So this is my premise. I'll take the $10,000. Y'all can keep the other $15,000 because I only want the money that I don't have to pay back. Because if it's a regular personal loan, which will somewhat be titled as a business loan, but it's still going to go on your personal credit. And if that be the case, I don't want to add another installment account, because you all know I'm team credit cards. Now you have to tune into some of my other shows to get the explanation of why I'm team credit cards. I prefer to get a credit card than a personal loan, because a personal loan will automatically put a balance on your credit. Now, God knows I just said something right there. A personal loan, installment loan, like your house payment, a personal loan, your car payment, all of those are significant balances that even if you pay it on time, your score is always going to be low unless you offset it with other things. But that's another show. So at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you always have the correct information. I'm sick of these folks. And they said, well, Lord, why did you jump on the black folks? Because these crazy, some of these crazy, not all, some of these crazy come black and Puerto Rican. So the black side of me want to tell y'all, stop with all this foolishness and telling people, oh, and they kept sending this stuff on Facebook, sending this stuff. 3, 4, 5 o'clock at night, apply for. I understand the concept. You thought you was going to be able to get some free money, but all of you all, boo, is not going to get. Watch this, and I'm going to prove a point. All of you are not going to get that $10,000. I'm telling you right now, because it's still going to be based on your credit, and especially if you don't have a lot of employees. Because he started telling me when I was writing it down. He said there was no such thing as that it's going to be transferred in 3 days. And he said the system is overloaded. It's overloaded. It's backed up. That just kicks a lot of stuff out right now. And then it's sitting in a lineup. And I was like, well, I don't care nothing about that. You got to pay your rent. We got to pay our rent. We got to pay our mortgage. We got to pay our bills. We don't want to be sitting in the lineup. The SBA, they ought to be on the ball, hire millions of people. If it's 6.6 million people out of work, then help. So somebody, Lord help me, Holy Ghost. Then these folks need a job. Then hire these people, vet them, go on and, do like you got to do it at the Pentagon. Make sure that there ain't no crooks, because don't give them my information and they ain't trustworthy. You need to find out who's going to be handling my information. And a sidebar is, if you ever deal with a CPA or an accountant, the first thing that you need to check out before he handles any of your stuff is to make sure that he's nice to you. He's already driving a decent car. He's already eating very well. Make sure he's happy and don't need your money, because anybody that needs money is tempted to run off with yours. So you need to make sure that when you get into don't you ever sit in the chair, you ladies or you guys that's going to get haircuts, don't you sit in no barber chair and they mad that day. You said, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to wait till either you calm down or I'm going to come back tomorrow. Somebody just pissed them off. You tell them, listen, I'll come back tomorrow after you resolve this, because your haircut going to be jacked up. If that chick don't like you, then she already knows. She suspects you out there talking about her, don't like her for whatever reason, because women can get catty. So at the end of the day, don't you? She gonna pull every bit of your hair out. Well, she gonna pull that lace front off. These chicks nowadays, they ain't got no hair at all. God knows they baller than me. All right. So at the end of the day, you got to be very careful. Make sure you find out the correct information. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, before you put information out. I'm talking good. Make sure you have the right truth. That's just a good principle to have in life. Don't be telling your sister or your friend stuff and you don't know it for a fact. It ain't got nothing to do with you. If you can't verify it and you already know that it's not the truth, do not spread that word. It is not true. You give people false hope. And you be thinking, I'm going to get me $10,000 because I got a business. You're going to be having the same $10 you had before you filled out that application. I filled mine out. Only thing I got is this piece of paper right here, right here. North Carolina, right chin. This is the only thing I got is my reference number. This is the application has been submitted. This I can prove. This was submitted. I'm telling, this was submitted back in the latter part of March. All right. So at the end of the day, when I called to verify, this says the expiration date for this is 09/30/2020. So they got between right now, and then they process stuff business hours. So they got between right now and September. What's going on, David, on YouTube? Let me see. What's up, bruh? What's up, bruh? Thank you. If you say hello to me on YouTube, you might get an extra present. I might give you an extra present. I need you all to make sure you have the right information. All right. So we got that. Make sure you have the right information. All right. Now, so the same $10 is what you're going to have. Excuse me. Lord, I ain't good today. Let me see. Am I talking good on Instagram here? I guess I am. What's going on, Mr. Walker? Good to see you. All the other people on Instagram. Thank you so much. I'm also trying to work out. I'm working out. I thought I had a person, but that didn't work out. I'm trying to work out where you'll be on screen with me live. That is coming. I'm still trying to figure that stuff out. We're going to get it together. I got somebody trying to help me and all of that good stuff because, all this computer stuff ain't my stuff, but I'm trying. All right. So the other thing I wanted to talk about was the people that are trying to buy the homes in 2021 or towards the end of the year. You must understand that a conventional loan is not that different from the FHA loan. All right. Certainly they have different procedures and stuff of that nature. But the two major things that you need to do when you're buying a house is make sure you've been on your job 2 years and can prove it, and you got some money saved up. And the other thing is you want your score to be as high as you can get it. If it's 620, it is what it is. Yes, you can buy a house. If the score is 700 and above, yes, you're going to get a lower interest rate. It's going to be better. You have more bargaining tools. So you need to make sure you've been on your job for 2 years and make sure you got some money in your savings. You cannot wait the same month that you're trying to buy the house to talk about, oh, I came up with my down payment or my particular earnest money, $5,000 or $10,000, because they're going to say no way, because all of that changed after 2008 when the market crashed and all of that foolishness. So you need to make sure that you start before you even attempt to even call any mortgage company or whatever the case may be, at least in your savings, and let it sit there for a month, at least a month. But if you can let it sit there for 2 months, make sure you already have $5,000 in your savings, because if not, it's going to be hell to pay. Now that is tried and true. I'm telling you the honest God truth. So if you want to sign up for the online disputing, I'm not going to be long. I'm trying to stay under 30 something minutes. So if you want to sign up this week if you want to sign up tonight, baby, I can sign you up. Online disputing is only $40. Will you put that back up there for me, Sheila? Online disputing is $40. It's going for the entire month of April. All right. This SBA loan, are you suggesting we don't apply? No, you don't even get one of these if you don't fill it out. Yes, you're able to fill it out. Yes, the government is saying that, hey, you can get, matter of fact, you'll be eligible. I'm eligible for 2 types of loan, but I'm not in particularly trying to get no personal loan, because for me, let's use me as I pay all of my American Express. So I'd rather just get an increase, which is going to be a positive for me on my credit report. I'd rather just get an increase on my American Express card or one of my other cards. So instead of going through and have to have a monthly payment with an installment loan, even if they give me the $10,000 and they said that's a grant and they forgive that, and then they put that $15,000 on my credit report as a balance and it's paid as agreed, that is not good. I'm trying to tell y'all, folks, please listen. Please listen to me. Please listen to me. Oh, please. You got to listen to me. Balances are not good. I've been saying it. I don't know when y'all gonna catch this revelation, but balances are not good. Many of you are just a couple of payments or paying off 3 or 4 cards, and your score will shoot up. Even without sometimes credit restoration, you could see your score significantly go up if you just pay your balances off. You think you churn. You churn because, as Maddie Moss told Twinkie, she said, you got the body of a woman, and I'm looking at a woman, but you still a baby. Oh, when she told her that, God knows I wanted to run and preach right there. You got to understand that you think you understand how the process works. FICO is not playing with you. And another thing is, stop thinking that your credit score is coming from Credit Karma or coming from Wells Fargo. It doesn't come from them. They display it and they advertising gives it to you, but it comes from the FICO calculation. So even if Bank of America gives you your score for free, if Navy Federal, which gives me my credit score, Navy Federal is just the conduit. They're just the people. That's just a courteous extra feature or incentive that I have. Even if they don't do it, it's still okay, but that's just one of the features that most credit card companies and stuff. And, I understand why they do it, because they want you to stay aware of your credit score and stay, on top of what's going on. So that's a good thing. And I applaud them for that. But your score comes from that FICO, from the root. Matter of fact, this is what I want to tell you. In life, you need to get to the root of the thing, because as long as the weeds keep growing and you see it by this time next year, if you don't get to the root, it's going to be weeds coming again in the same redundant place because you did not dig it out at the root. And a lot of the problem, the root of the problem is not the credit card companies, is not the car payment company, is not the mortgage companies, it's you. It's you messing up you. All right. Credit is important. Credit is important. Well, is cash important? Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Both of them go hand in hand because you cannot get the credit card and not pay for that credit card or pay for that purchase that you just made with that credit card. Don't get that credit card for Capital One and get the platinum or the silver one card, a quick silver card, and you get $500. And now just to prove to your friend that you're a big baller, you want to go pay for your meal and pay $125, and then you just pay that little $25. That's the minimum. Let me break down what the minimum says. Let me prophetically give you what the interpretation of what the credit card company is saying. Your behind is still not trustworthy to a degree. We only trust you with this low amount in order to see if you're going to do well with this. And if you don't, you're not moving to the 12th grade because you don't understand the system of how it works. So we're going to trust you with this little bit of stuff right now. And if you can maneuver and handle that, then we'll graduate you to $3,000, $4,000, $10,000, $50,000. But we're going to see how you handle this $500 credit card, because if you spend $300 of that $500 credit card, you only have $200 left, and you are already 60, maybe to 70 something percent into that credit that you've been allotted. So that's not good. Balances are bad. I'm telling you right now, balances are bad. You do not want to have a tremendous balance on your credit card. And even though a lot of people feel like, well, I'm doing okay and I'm doing very well, you know, and I have the credit card. And even though, because see, a lot of times people will tell me, well, I've got good credit. You got good credit to your standard, but it's not good credit to FICO standard or a lot of financial expertise. Say it, Costello, is because you feel like good credit is because majority of your cars are half of the credit limits are spent, and you feel like just because you're paying the minimum or paying a little bit of extra that you're okay. But the all actuality, if a CPA or if an underwriter, you know, writes and they tell you, that's the reason why a lot of people get their face cracked and thrown on the ground when they go to buy a house, is because the first thing that they're going to tell you, you need to come up with some more money at closing. And you get indignant and get mad and say, I'm not coming up with no more money. We need to talk to the seller. It's not the seller. That's not the issue. The seller is already went down over $20,000 to $30,000 on the house. The problem is your debt ratio is too high. And so all them student loans. And so all of you all are shouting and carrying on. Well, I'm going to defer my car payment 3 and 4 months. That's the worst thing to do. If you have the money, still pay your bills. Still pay your bills on time. Now, I can see you having, because I heard somebody say this on YouTube, I want to slap both of them sitting up there. And these are some so-called celebrities. Well, defer it, defer it, defer it. That's not good. That is, any business person will tell you a deferment is not good. You need to pay what you owe. If you got the money right now, you don't need to be sneaking out with your mask on, because this is what y'all doing. Y'all sneaking out. Y'all ain't staying in the house. Y'all sneaking out. You're sneaking out. You're sneaking. Your little sneakers. That's why we can't get healed in the country, because you still sneaking out trying to run to your boo house and y'all passing germs. Where my Lysol at? Where my Lysol? Where my Lysol for Jesus? Where my Lysol? Let me tell y'all something. I done told y'all when people get around me, I sprays them and tell them, get away from me. Get your good Lysol out for Jesus and spray and stop sneaking out. Oh, what's going on? So at the end of the day, you got to understand that this is very serious. Credit is very, very important. Credit is very important. And I'm serious as a heart attack. I don't come on and do these shows just because I don't have stuff. I got stuff to do. Even though I'm at the house, I'm still working, still sitting over there at my desk, still doing what I got to do. Credit is very important. And I dislike it when people tell me that. They do that because they don't really know me until they start talking to me. When my credit is okay, I guarantee you, if I looked at your credit report, the first thing you're going to do is start making excuses. Start making excuses. Well, I'm getting ready to pay. Well, the only reason I did that because I need to buy a new lawnmower. The only reason I did that is because my son, you know what, he did this and da da da. I did that because, you know, I needed to pay. I didn't know I was going to have to go to the hospital. I did that because I needed da da da. I did it. They're going to always keep trying to tell you why they maxed out the car, and you feel like you're okay. Now the limit is $10,000, but you already got a balance of $6,400.32, and so that is not good. You think it's good because you feel like, okay, well, I still got $3,000 some odd dollars to play with. That still is not good, because if you called, I promise you, I'll prove it to you. I'll prove it to you right now. You call that credit card, ask them for a credit line increase and see if they give it to you. The answer is going to be denied. You know why? Because your debt ratio is too high, and they're going to look at the sum total of your credit report. You can tell them all day long, been there, done that 25, 26 years ago. Been there, done that. You can tell them, I pay on time. I ain't never missed a payment. That's what you're supposed to do. Your minimum payment means this. This is what we will take from you, so we won't consider you're behind late. That's all it is. They really laughing at you on the other end. All right. Let me see. Come on, Lisa, help me. They sure is. They not speaking. They just going out. All right. Masked up. So many unmasked. I'm trying to tell you. And people doing that kind of stuff. And I'm thinking the world is going to be, you know, we're in this pandemic, and the world is going to be more nicer, and people are going to be more tolerant, and people are going to show more love. No, these jokers still rude. Still rude, still rude, still rude. They don't understand the ramifications. And you think it's going to go back to normal. I don't believe it's going to go back to normal. I believe that the Lord allowed this to happen to shake it up. Even the people that got big businesses, you closed down too. You was mad, you was throwing off because you making all these millions and billions of dollars, and the small little mom and pop shop, they barely can make it unless, you know, if they have something, a storm or something go on, and they can't get their normal traffic and stuff like that. That's why I try to watch out for people like me, good brothers and good sisters that's doing the right thing, trying to help people out and give them the right information. All right. Debt ratio, thank you, Sheila, is important. Debt ratio is important. They're going to factor the whole totality, the sum total of everything. All right. So the first thing I want to tell you to do, you need this book. Go to Amazon.com. If you haven't got it, I know many of you have not. Some of you that I've even fixed your credit. I ain't even going to call your names, but if you push me, I will. But some of you that I did you right, I did you right, I did you right. People all over the country, and you still didn't get the book. This book will help you even if you can't talk to me. This book was, Lord, this is your credit Bible. All right. So that's the first thing. Second thing is stop giving people wrong information about the SBA loans. Stop making these videos. And I mean, I see some pretty thumbnails and descriptions and stuff. Stop making this stuff because you don't know. Don't give nobody no information until you know it to be true. All right. Testify that you know, and testify that you can see. And until you can give people the correct information, sound. All right. All right. That's the second thing. The third thing and the final thing is make sure if you want to start. Now, if you don't, hey, it's on you, because after April, it's gone. It's gone, Jack. All right. If you want to sign up for the online disputing, don't call me in May, because that's my birthday month. You jokers love to text me at night. Y'all love, I don't mind. Y'all IM me from Facebook and other platforms. I don't mind. But listen, please keep it business. And please, if you will, be ready to sign up. Have your username and password for TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. That's all I'm trying to tell you. Once you have that, Casacello gonna be a happy camper, and I'm gonna do all I can to help you dispute anything. I'm telling you, there are stuff that I've disputed on people's credit report that we thought was off, and it was not off. And so a lot of times the credit bureau will do this. In 99.9 of my letters, certain letters I use, it says, please delete and remove. I used to just say delete. Now I say delete and remove all former addresses. So that means you've already told them in this letter that is signed and sanctioned on your behalf that anything that's not what I've already instructed you to keep on my credit report, I want it deleted and removed. Addresses and phone numbers do not just fall off. They have to be disputed off. If you think I'm lying, if you don't understand this process, call the credit bureau. Calling the credit bureaus is like just sitting down asking for a stomach ache that day. Who wants to have a stomach ache? Nobody. All right. It is hell to pay, and it's very aggravating. All right. Does anybody have any questions before I log off? I just wanted to come on and say happy Sunday. I know I had to say a couple of stuff, but I wanted to let you know this is a perfect time for you to jump in it, and seize the moment concerning credit restoration. It is going to be phenomenal. I got some big announcements in the month of July that I'm going to make. It's going to change my life. It's going to change your life. Let me see. I need the address to be deleted off my credit. Absolutely. That's coming for you, Mr. Walker, too. So we'll talk this week also, Mr. Walker. Absolutely. And so let's just say I did your report and we put the right things in there. And so that's another thing. I got 2 minutes. So even if I've disputed it already, it's not that we didn't dispute it correctly the first time, but with credit restoration, what people are not realizing, even up until now in the 21st century, is that you have to keep doing it. It's because you never know what particular coding system that it gets filed into when it reaches the credit bureau. You hope that it gets to the right department and the right filing, but a lot of them just put it where okay, let's take it for an example. If it was supposed to go to section 5 and yours went to section 3, and section 3 didn't go through the proper channels, didn't go through the investigation process like it should have did. So what we have to do now is resend it again. They're hoping you get frustrated. They're hoping that you say, well, forget it. No, it's just like going to court. If you don't like what a judge said, appeal it. That's what the lawyers say. Appeal. I've sat in the courtroom many days studying law. I'm telling you, with me, I always wanted to be an attorney as well. So this is like me helping the people, like a defense attorney. All right. Always great information. Thank you, Mr. Jeremy. I appreciate that. Thank you. So at the end of the day, you want to keep going. Don't give up. Don't. He that endureth to the end is going to win. You got to keep going. It is frustrating. My book is going. Chapter 5 is the frustration with dispute. Chapter 5, I talked about chapter 5 and chapter 4. I'm telling you, you're gonna get teed off. You're gonna get mad. You're gonna get frustrated. But if you hang in there, your score is gonna go up. I'm telling you. All right. This is the time that you got to do something about it. You don't do nothing about it, you're going to be in the same redundant place. And my motto is no co-signing. I don't co-sign for anybody. Don't ask me. You can be fine as wine. You can be so fine that you in the dictionary standing by the word fine and waving saying, what's up? I don't co-sign for no. I don't co-sign for nobody. I don't care whoever it is. I'll help you fix your stuff so you can get it in your name. Because if I put something in my name and you don't pay the bill, I'm telling you, just as soon as I get a chance, I'm going to the gun range to get me another Glock 9 or whatever. Because I'm that one that will bust a cap in you for real. All right, because I don't like playing no games. My mom was like that. I'm like that. I can't stand it. It frustrates me when people try to take advantage of me or when people take my kindness for weakness. I don't have any middle ground. I'm from 0 to 100, just like that. All right. And I know what I like, because I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do you right. I'm going to do you right. I'm telling you, if I have to take the loss on it, I'm going to still do you right. So my name, a good name, check it out, Proverbs 22. A good name is rather chosen than great riches. A good name. Y'all remember that Tina Turner movie? You remember, and I got to go. When Tina Turner told the judge, I understand it. The minute I saw that movie, when she said he can have all that crap, he can have all that stuff, but the only thing I want to keep is the retaining of my stage name, because she worked hard for it. And that is the epitome of my life. All right. So you got to understand, you got to endure. Let's fix the credit up. I'll be glad to help you. You're welcome on Instagram. I'll be glad to help you. I'm trying to incorporate some new stuff. Now, last thing, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please go to YouTube. I need your help. If you have not hit that notification bell, you need to hit that so you'll know when I come on. And also, trying to get those subscribers up. You cannot even go live on no Celica device if you do not have 1,000 subscribers. And so I need a whole lot more supporters. All right. So at the end of the day, somebody's giving me some love right back at you. As one of my friends was saying in Atlanta, right back at you. I get back at you. Right back. All right. Did y'all enjoy the show tonight? I know I was talking fast and talking strong, as the old folks say, honey, you was talking fast and you was talking strong. All right. You had a destination in mind. All right. So I want you to win. I want you to do. I want to come to your house and do my show at your house when you get that new house. I want to come to the house, or we want to Skype it or whatever we have to do it and see your new car. I want to see when you say, listen, I got that American Express, that gold and that platinum, if that's what you want. I want to see you do well. All right. Subscribe. All right. That's what I need you to do. That's on YouTube. Now, the last thing is also when all this karaoke is over. Thank you, Sheila. When all this other stuff is over, I'm going to try to do my credit tour. Everything is kind of hanging in the base and all of that good stuff. But I got a lot of good information that's going to be coming out in July. All right. So does anybody have any questions before I log off? You have any questions before I log off? Thank you so much for the support. I know you didn't have to be here. You could be doing anything. It's Sunday night or whatever the case may be. Thank you to everybody. Thank you for my moderator. Sheila is one of my moderators now. I just adopted her. Sheila, thank you so much for your help with helping me and supporting me. Mr. Walker on Instagram, David on YouTube and Facebook. And y'all, I almost forgot. If you want to sponsor a show, I'm going to do it for Mr. Walker because we talked briefly about that. So he's got some upcoming entrepreneurship stuff. And so I'm going to be sponsoring him so you all can patronize him, and we're going to support him and buy his stuff, not ask for no free stuff, because we don't roll that way. All right. Now, if you want to give us some free stuff, that's on him. All right. But we want to patronize him, and we want to, support his business and all of that good stuff. All right. So I want you, if you will, if you want to sponsor one of my credit shows, most certainly it'll be all about you that night. I don't care if you make masks, different things of that nature, whatever. I don't care. I'll be gladly, we'll do some advertisement for you, and my platform, I'll let my people know and share it with everybody on the page. All right. But don't forget about, you welcome, Mr. Harrison. So don't forget about online disputing. Now, many of you all have taken advantage of that particular $40. So a lot of people were jumping on it, which I don't blame you. And it's for you. Today is the 12th, April the 12th. So we got a long way to go for the rest of the month of April. All right. So until next time, I will be on Tuesday night, East Coast time, 8 o'clock Central time. It's going to be 8 o'clock here on Dallas. It'll be 9 o'clock on East Coast. So I will be back this Tuesday. All right. I might sneak up on YouTube on tomorrow. I might. Lily, what's going on, honey? I've been missing you. All right. I will be back on this coming Tuesday night. So you all that do have businesses, I do say sign up for the SBA. Sign up for it. But just know they ain't giving out no $10,000 overnight like that or 3 days. All right. Only one that I know rose resurrection is the Lord. It's Jesus. All right. Came back in 3 days. Hey. All right. So at the end of the day, you all be blessed. It's going to be this Tuesday at 9 o'clock. This Tuesday at 9 o'clock. It will be. Let me see. And let me do a quick poll. How many of you would love to see, I will be able to talk to you on the screen, and how many would love to do like some call-ins? I want to do some call-ins, and I want to talk to you on the screen. What's the date? What will Tuesday be? Lord, see how every time you're doing something. Okay, the day is the 12th, so Tuesday is the 14th. I'll be back on the 14th, this coming Tuesday. All right. Happy Easter to you. Happy Easter to you. So I'll be back on the 14th. This is this Tuesday at 9 o'clock East Coast time. All right. So let me see some thumbs up if anybody would love to see that. I want to do some call-ins where I can take some of your calls, and I want to do some of the interaction on the screen and all of that stuff. So y'all pray for me. Please pray for me, because you would not believe how hard it is to find good people just to keep their word that would do editing and this social media stuff. These folks at the time, young as well as old. And I'm thinking, well, maybe, the young people, they everywhere and stuff like that. But it's just hard to find somebody that don't want to charge you $5, $6, $7, $1,000 a pop for a video. Are you crazy? I asked this one boy, he didn't know what I was talking. I said, have you been smoking dope? What in the world is wrong? I can't pay $1,000 just for a little 60-second clip. So that was a mess. But anywho, y'all be blessed. I'll talk to you soon. I'm getting ready to enjoy the rest of my evening. You do the same. Love you all. I do love you. When I say that, I mean it from the depths of my heart and my spirit. Thank you so much for the support. Find someone to call. Absolutely. That's a great, because I want to call the Art Institute and some other place. We think good minds think alike. Great minds think alike. And that's what I'm doing. Absolutely. 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 You all right with me, Miss White? All right. I always got to call you White because I be thinking about your mama all the time. Sanctified and holy. Do an intern. Absolutely. 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 So that would be a great suggestion. Matter of fact, let me write that down so I don't forget again. Because I made a note on my desk, but I want to put that down. Where my doggone pen? I got it somewhere. I don't know where my pen. Oh, there it is. Intern. All right. Now, we're going to do credit and fitness. I got a fitness instructor when it warms up. We're going to be doing the credit show, but we're going to be working out. Now, this boy ain't going to be trying to kill me because I do my little stuff, but I got this. He wants to come on and promote his business. So I said, well, we're going to give you about 30 minutes and we're going to work out a little bit, do some, because I love to do that bar thing, and it's going to be called credit and fitness. And I love to do that thing right there. So to help you. What all this stuff. So we're gonna be doing a credit and fitness, and I'm gonna do another cooking show, and I'm trying to set it up where I can get my Martha Stewart on and all that good stuff. All right. So I'm gonna say good night to everybody. You all be blessed, and I will talk to you soon. And so it's gonna be tremendous, and it's gonna be very great.